Hello and welcome. It is the completion of the 28th day of April, 2020. My name is Derek. This is the Money Charts channel. All bets, trades of the like. Well, that's within each's own risk and their own reward. Risk-reward management, always job number one for myself. And this Bitcoin setup, or what it's been doing, more of lack thereof, but in both lately. What it's doing as far as the setup and what it's not doing is having any volatility. But just these little three-ish little days after, this little small run up after this run from the 18 average lows, after it came from the Rudy Gobert fall. And I say that because that happened right after, hours after the start of everything going on, which was thus started with Rudy Gobert testing positive for the C word. And then subsequently after that, not easy to say, all other sports. And then, well, this was a day where everything crashed at the same point. And, well, it's recovering this market very, very well. It does seem as if this is poised, ready for a breakout at some point. But it's been a long wait, hence why I haven't made a video for a while. But well, lately it's been often to go 3 days or so without making one. Not really much else to show amongst what's going on here in the hour. I mean, I didn't notice that. I noticed, and let's get to the bottom of this. Okay, I want a better exchange. What the heck happened here? Interesting. Well, it's holding that move. When you see something like that, a big rally, instant rejection. But from that point, these several candles, how we can see nice little rally holding the 18 average of highs very nicely for a few periods. That's kind of cool. On the 1 minute chart, wow, well, I guess that happens sometimes. That was almost an hour ago. It's 10:56 as I'm doing this now. Okay, anyway, that was a Bitcoin analysis for you. The volt, I mean, all that's happened this little bit here. Almost as if when you look at like Earth from far away, everything big is small in perspective. I guess it's something similar to that, but not really. Anyway, next chart. And that's DGB. Thank you, not really. Although this is why I played safe, I suppose. What I like to see, and I'll get to like thank you, but not really. I'll get to that in a bit if you haven't figured that out. I like to see these big volatile moves. I mean, we need this correction back rather than just go up and just go sideways kind of deal. So any type of volatility that I can get to me is pretty good. So if this is going to go up, I'd like to see this go way up, have a big correction back down. However, I mean, I use these lines for indications to, I got an alert here at 175, and it's not too far from this right now at 170. Wow, that's a decent gain in the last minute or so. I mean, is it? I suppose, because I was looking down here. 164, 165 is my last memory of it. I might make a trade here soon. I want better than that, though. Hence why I got my alert at 175. I'll be talking about my ratio trade in that in a little bit. However, I would have liked to see this come down to 115 if it's going to do this retracement. I mean, there's a reason I have a line here. There's a reason I put this. This is an alert going down. I had at 122, 7 basis points above the level. Does it go there? No. However, I mean, I ratio trade this with GRS, gross coin, or however you pronounce it. Doesn't matter. I don't get paid on pronunciation, whether it's correct or not. But, I mean, a lot of trading has been going on. Like in here, not as much, but I've had 6 days in a row, not counting today. So the previous 6 days before where I traded this. Yesterday, I bought this coin because of the down move. And it would have been buying it within this low. Within this candle here, yeah. Because I'm using my time frame. So sometime on April 27th, I bought DGB selling GRS. I did so again on this day here. But the 4 previous days, I sold DGB to buy GRS. So I did so on April 25th, 24th, 23rd, and the 22nd. Also, for all but 9 of the last 13 days, I made some sort of trade. But it was all selling to the upside. because DGB went straight up without any pullbacks. As GRS is what I trade this with, and I'm going to bring up that chart now. The ratio is at 12.6, meaning you need 12.6 DGBs to buy one GRS coin, and it was like 50 or 40 before, and this is pretty much went straight down. And based on the way I play my ratio trading game, as I like to call it, I don't like it when it goes straight down, because I play my trades relatively, but not too aggressively. But definitely, if I sell a lot, I'm going to run out of coins. I'm running out of DGBs quite quickly. And when you start, for days I've been cheering for GRS to go up, which it hasn't, just because I want to buy these DGB back, and I've sold a bunch of them. But here you can see just some of the big, the volatility in here can be pretty extreme, as we can see. I've shown this before, but 50 down to 1.3. I mean, and I miss a lot of these 2017 kind of moves. I think in a bull market scenario for Bitcoin, because the bull market for Bitcoin was from, we'll talk about, really started in 2017 here. It was starting to look pretty good here. But yeah, from this point on, did pretty good. The top of Bitcoin, well, it was right around and this was weird for this coin. Right around December 12th, this area was the top of Bitcoin. And then this is what's been going on during the downward correctionary raise, yada, yada, yada. So in a situation where Bitcoin runs a pattern of higher highs and higher lows, I'm curious to see how these ones are going to play, and then what kind of volatility will accompany it. Because if I can get a lot of these just jigsaw back and forth, choppy up and down moves, that is just so magnificent. In this example here with Ethereum Litecoin in this new chart, you would need 4 1/3 or so Litecoin for one Ethereum. But if these markets can just chop back and forth like this, that's the type of movements that I'm hoping to get when I put these alternate coins together. Now we have Bitcoin Cash and Litecoin. 5.3 Litecoin you need for one Bitcoin Cash. And I like to see this go down, this go up, back down, back up, so on and so forth. Now the volatility has been just terrible, basically, is for these coins. Since, of course, those top periods. And it's all one of those things. Okay, well, for me, if I'm betting on a bull market scenario, then if it's going to happen, then it's most likely going to work out. I want to hold coins that I think will survive and do well within these runs. And if I'm going to be holding coins, just the way I look at it is, if you want to hodl, as they call it, coins together, like the Ethereum, the Litecoin, and you name it, a whole bunch, even a whole bunch I don't even cover. But you just want to hold a bunch of them, at least 2 of them for that matter. By trading them back and forth with each other, you can you can increase your total of these coins. And after you make a trade, you got to think that from what you do, your net value of what you are worth, it remains unchanged. Because if I sell $400 of one coin and put $400 into another, well, my net portfolio remains the same, which is just something that's like mad. But overall, it's not mad when you can increase the total amount of coins. You could have, say, maybe 100 of one coin, maybe 6,500 of a coin that's worth less. Maybe you have 100,000 of a real cheap coin, like a DGB kind of coin, which, of course, they're worth more now. Whatever. Ones that traded at under 100 Satoshi, whatever. And then you have another coin. You got another 200 of this coin. Maybe you got 4 Bitcoin. You got 25 of these, like maybe an Ethereum or whatever. And then you just trade these with each other. This with this, this with this. In fact, if you have 5 coins, how many combinations would it take? And this is going to take a long time to delete, but how many combinations would it take to have if you have 5? Well, with one coin, you would have 4 combinations. 1 with the other 4. The next one would be 3, and the next one would be 2, and then it would be 1. So you would have 10 different pairings to look at. And then what you have situations of, say you have, again, coin A, coin B, there we go, coin C, and coin D. If, say, one of these coins goes way up in a day, which is common, it could be DGB doing its thing. And that means that, it sells big. That means you're going to take it from, at least how I like to do it, take it from your hardware wallet, determine, okay, I'm going to sell so many for this, so many to this, and so many to that. So you deposit that many into Binance. Hopefully it's a coin that doesn't take too long. And maybe you're using a different exchange, but do it the same way. And then you deposit it, you make your trades. And then you withdraw. You withdraw to this, withdraw to this, and you withdraw to that. So technically you can play these sites and really not have anything or just what you want to play with on the site. Maybe you want to have Binance coin to pay for your trading fees on there and that whole shabal. But the amount of coins that you can gain on this, you could, especially if you get some amazing, large up and down moves where a coin will go up like 250% over a short relative period of time, over 300%, goes from like 100 to 400. And then pull back to 220 and then start going back up again. Or even on its way from 100 to 400, it went up to 235, back down to 160, 140. And then it goes from 300 down to, say, 220, 200, and all the way back to 400 again. And that gives you opportunities to increase your trade, the amount that you own. Coins like Theta, that's the next one I'm going to show now. This is a coin that had on November the 30th of 2018. You only had a few hours to get these gains, but it went to like 5,000 from this like 1,200 area where we're at now, this general area. And then again, at the end of January, it does it over several days, but so many days. This is a 3-day time frame, so each one of these periods represents 3 days, but still took several long periods of days to have a little bit of a fallback on this move. There wasn't much for pullbacks, as you can see. It goes up to here. This is where I call like weak resistance, because I'm going to sell at 27 with the intention of buying back and say wherever below here it didn't go to until back in here. Okay, that's weak resistance. But then nice little move, lots of opportunities to sell. But it means you sell Theta for whatever, you buy it back. You sell Theta for whatever, you buy it back. If it does it again and this Theta starts to go up, I'm going to be selling a lot of Theta. If this goes from like 1,500 to like 4,000, 5,000, if we were to do this, there's a good chance that over half my Theta are gone. 60%, 65% of my Theta are gone, sold for other coins. And that's just how it's going to go. Now, of course, if everything goes up together, or if this goes up to 5,000, other coins are going up, probably not as much, so I'll still sell it for those coins. Maybe I won't sell as many, but it also might mean that if everything goes up together, that I'll sell coins against Bitcoin. Or I'll sell them maybe up against, I don't want to, stable currencies like the US dollar. But I'm hearing bad raps that the stable currencies just, like they could be in trouble. And if that's the case, you start to notice that all these coins against the dollar on like USDC and USDT and even BUSD and all that stuff, that the prices would be really high. And that would be good, I think, for cryptocurrencies, but the altcoins and all those coins, because people would have to take those stable coins and buy something with it. So that'd be Bitcoin, Ethereum, Ripple, Litecoin, Bitcoin Cash, what have you, and all the other ones. So as far as this is concerned on the daily, I got my alerts ready to go just in case it goes up or down. I love this setup. I really, really do. All these days up in a row, it comes back down to the 18 average of highs, and it's not proceeding nice above the fib line, but either way, it's still got this key high that I'm talking about. I got this line in here because if it gets to 1455, just a couple percent, then I can start trading some of it. Because, yeah, I was selling on the way up, but I got a little bit of buybacks, not much. Bitcoin Cash is the one. That's the last one that I got. So if I take a look on the 3-hour time frame, and thankfully it was Bitcoin Cash, because I trade the highest stake I got is this and Bitcoin Cash. That's my highest two combination that I have for anything of my pairings. And when this got up to this 1528 level, I was thinking, you know what, I probably should just wait and sell everything. Like, I mean, here I might have sold some for Ripple, or I sold some for Hedera or whatever else that I have. It's a whole bunch of things I sell Theta against, like 7. Anyway, 6 or maybe 6, whatever. I trade a lot of coins against Theta. But Bitcoin Cash, which is the highest I sold at this point. And then, did I make a retrade back here for it? I think I did. And well, let me just check. And yeah, I mean, unfortunately, this didn't go down enough for me to buy back against Bitcoin Cash. So I did sell it against here, but I'm looking to sell it against Tadara hash graph if they can get above this level here. But this is the Bitcoin Cash buy. What number do I got here? 1312. Not like I had order in. What was the low here? 1317. I mean, that's what sucks about orders, because that can happen to you. I could put a buy order for 1312. Not like I did, because I didn't. One biggest reason why I don't is because I don't have any Bitcoin on the trading sites. And then therefore I can't have a buy order in. And have a sell order in, well, I can, and I don't mind having a little bit of coins in sometimes to put a sell order in, because say I'm looking to sell a coin, oh my goodness, if this can go up to like say 1500, I'd sell this. Well, you could put the funds in, put a sell order in for maybe 1495 or whatever, or 1500, and if it hits, it hits, and you can just come back and check and go and so on and so forth. But yeah, anyway, there's not much more I want to talk about for cryptocurrencies. So therefore, I'll just quickly go over a couple coins that I first... For Ripple, interesting day. We'll see if it's able to hold what it had against Bitcoin going up to this 2754 handle. Overall, this thing has been down for quite some time and such a big move. It's up to it's 20,000. I'm checking to see if it's 5 or 6 digits. Losing close to 10 times its value. But as it goes, when these things go off, I mean, you're going to see so much data here because this is Binance, and there was stuff even before then. Big move up, retracement. Even this here was a decent sized move because you go from like, in Satoshi, 4,200 up to like 11,000. That was almost a 3x move. And it stabilized and was able lots of times to go through it. And then these types of corrections, if you're selling at like, say, 10,000 and it pulls back to 6,500, you got some buybacks that can enable to sell at these highs here. And then all of these buybacks, it's just everything you've been buying back. You can, like, yay, I bought back Ripple here at, say, 5,700. You haven't sold any of that yet. Oh, yay, I bought Ripple here at 3,500. You haven't sold any of that yet either. So when these things go off, I mean, they can just go off like big time. On the daily chart again, this move like this, holding the 18 average of lows is a must. If it's going to do anything like that. If you see it go down and show weakness upon it, maybe you got a good short setup or good setup to sell and buy back later kind of deal, because that's usually a sign of weakness in itself. But I mean, you can see in here, we have this move above here, but there's a weakness at the 18 lows, and all it does is it goes down to 23.76 in this example here. Here's a spot even too. You figure from this low to this high. Okay, so your must hold area is about here, about 26. Again, you're seeing this weakness. This day here, it's like, okay, I guess it's going to go way down. No, it didn't. But overall, it's just been this long, major sideways consolidation. And I think more times you can set up like the fuel, as they like to say. And this thing can just do like a 3, 4, 5x move whenever it's ready at any given time. And it can take a long time, because I've been saying that for even well over a year. Oh, when these things are ready, they can go. I probably even said back last Halloween, yeah, when this Ripple's ready to go, it's going to go. Well, it hasn't went yet since. And it's been quite a while since that point. And it's been quite a while since this top. Well, 2018. It's been over 2 years. In fact, we are at 2-year anniversary of the completion of the April Fool's rally of 2018. That was on April 1st. Almost everything around this time went up. And then on April 30th, almost everything was topping. In this case, April 1st, it was a little late. This was April the 1st. This was very late. But almost every single coin started going at April the 1st. Wow. This one was late. April 30th, this was early in topping. But within its move, it had 7,000 up to 10,000. This was a very bad performer on the April Fool rally. But if you look back at a lot of coins, and probably against the dollar be the exact same thing, dollar against Bitcoin, you look at these coins and look at 2018 from April 1st to April 30th, these altcoins. You're going to see that their rally probably started then and it topped at pretty much almost, a lot of them almost exact to those points. It's pretty crazy. So that's why I call the move from here to here the April Fool's rally. Thank you for tuning. Oh, Teslas. That's the last thing I wanted to show. Then I'll say that conclusion part. Anyway, I'll just go to Teslas now. Pause the tape. And that's like no time for you. And it's not even a tape. I'm just so brought up in the 1980s that I think I could take a... it'd be interesting to take little high school kids today to show things like a regular CD player even these days, let alone cassette tape. Because a lot of them probably heard of things like such. I don't know. I don't know what kids talk about these days. I know there's a lot of things that I remember learning back in the day that I just haven't heard of in a long time. Like a stick measurement in hockey. When I was a kid, I knew all about what those were. And then, there was a classic game on the TV set yesterday, but there was a big stick measurement called in the hockey playoffs in 1993. Almost 30 years ago. And I haven't even heard of a stick measurement penalty since. But from like 1985 to 1992, I've heard all about it. Within this chart here, that's like nonsense compared to this. I don't even know why I brought it up. I'm just... Been one of those days. It's 11:18 as I'm doing this now. This 4,000 level was resistance. We've had a pullback. I mean, this is where it can be such. This is a nightmare scenario, just like I mentioned with DGB. If you're looking to buy back this retracement, you wait. And it gets to the point where you're seeing this happen. You're just patiently waiting. Like, yeah, I can buy back here at 2,600, but no, I want 22 and change. I want 22. And then you're like, here, look at the setup. This is a good bearish setup. Oh, I got a buy order ready. It's going to pierce extra below at 2150, or even I got it barely above 2260, 2270, and it doesn't even come close. So those are what could be nuisances within those levels, and that can happen. But as it goes, it has managed to make a high, correct it through mainly time to the 18, make another high, correct it through a small amount of price, but within the 18 again, and now a third leg higher and its third correction. It's already came back, down day. Today's day, which was a Tuesday, sideways consolidation within it. Okay, if I can see, you can almost need to see a curvature going up and starting to go down. So do I see anything of that with the short-term time frame showing me anything about that within that nature? Well, within this, I can see down to these levels, and it's had a little bit of gain. This could easily be a lower high rally. And even this setup is starting to roll over, starting to become east. We can see support of the 18 average of lows here, breaking down below to fib, and then we resist near the 18 average of highs, and now we're back down to the lows, and in such, this is starting to decline. 18 lows looking to as well. If we start to break this after having support here, yeah, maybe we could be going down again, and we don't get that rally, which means that this short-term move won't fail. Well, will be a failure, and well, it might not be a failure, but it could mean that maybe we do end up getting this test piercing below. It's just going to take more time to do so. And it could even come down and test this 2,800 level as well. So you're going to have to see something to break this pattern. For now, on the hourly chart, you at least have to see this hold and stay above 36, and at least on a breakout, break above 36. And I like to say those words at least, because a clear break above this resistance here would be like 36 3/4. And then that's to take it to the next resistance of about 3,800, which is the previous high that it had a few days ago, which in turn is a pierce below this previous high of 4,000. Anyway, I do like the potential in the way this is holding up overall, because I think any short-term pullbacks have a good chance of holding, as far as just this being weak resistance, as I like to call it, and doing what weak resistance things do. And that is go sideways, go down just a bit through price. And this thing hasn't even came close to the 18 lows. And this Fibonacci level here, 2816, would be a higher low to this. So it can still do all those sort of things and only have just a little bit of resistance along the way. But if this thing starts to break out, Yes, I mean the ultimate one is on a breakout would be like 4,200 to 4,400. Because at that point you'd be getting a clear break above resistance. And you'd expect a decent leg higher. We have a leg here at 25, then near 4. So now I'm looking at like 6,000-ish maybe, 5,500. And anything higher, but it means that the lower you are in on the break, the better it is. Obviously, if you buy here at like say 2,750, 2,800, well, you're able to cash in at this point. But as it goes higher and higher, and then the risks become bigger, the rewards become smaller. And that's just a couple reasons why I like the rarely breaking of a key resistance. One, because you're getting confirmation that it's probably got a good chance of making that leg to that key point. And two, because you can put some good risk reward in your favor. Although oftentimes when it breaks this point, you can be so overextended, you're like, okay, yeah, I want to buy here, which is, so say for example, as it's like breaking out here, like clear breakout at like 2,900 from this point here. But it's so overextended. I mean, maybe we can come back. Well, of course, it didn't come back down to these lows. Where are you going to put like a stop loss, as they like to talk? And I don't talk much about stop losses. I don't even do them, hence why I don't talk about it. But where would your stop loss be here? Like way down below here, below this low? I mean, that's what makes it so risky when it breaks that point. But you can see here, there's weak resistance because it only did this sideways consolidation. But if you were to buy it, you were able to sell at like 32, you're able to sell at 36, you're able to sell at 38, but you're not able to sell at 42, which can just go to show you that you can be right and be like, oh, and maybe you're forced to sell it here at 2,900 because you thought you were going to be right and it was going to go way up and you get out, yada, yada. I mean, a lot of people here selling at this point and selling here. They're realizing now they probably made a mistake in their sale. Will they get back in? Some of them will, some of them won't. But I'm done this video now. It was like, holy crap, 27 minutes. I was planning this for like 15 to 18, knowing I'm still doing a gold and silver video too. Thank you for tuning in. Have yourself a great day. Bye-bye.